interview today in France to present you the school, the opportunities for double degrees, things that you are sure very interested. Okay. We have this presentation, and afterwards feel free to ask them or talk to them about your desires, which areas you are interested that might related to these possibilities. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Marcio. Thanks, everyone for being here. So, Professor Marcio said we have this exciting double degree program with us here in École Polytechnique that's been working for more than 20 years. I think there's a lot of similarity between our institutions in terms of the academic philosophy, in terms of the research that we do. And so we'd love to have more of you guys come to France and have the experience at École Polytechnique. So we're here to give you the details of the program and answer any questions that you have. So just a little bit about the École Polytechnique. As you may be aware, we are under the tutelle of the Ministry of Defense. So officially our French students have a military status, and this status also has certain particularities. So for the Fête Nationale, you will have the opportunity to wear the uniform and do the march. There's also some aspects which have stayed from this military status, such as like sports, which are still very important in the school. But overall, it's about training leaders. That's the main thing that has stayed in the DNA of the school. We are not a school that will give you a very specialized education, or more of a general, like a multidisciplinary education is what we call it. So when you arrive, you will see obviously classes in engineering and physics and math, but also all the other sciences. You will see economics, chemistry, biology, and you will be expected to take these classes and have knowledge of all these themes at a very high level. And the result of this has been that our alumni can go on to do many different things with the engineering degree. As you see here, we have presidents, we have CEOs, military leaders, and of course, some top scientists that have graduated from the Polytechnique. Some facts about the reputation of the degree that École Polytechnique gets, and how it's viewed around the world. So in France, we are number one in terms of employer reputation. So I think it's virtually 100% of the students receive a job offer within 6 months of graduation. We're of course the number one engineering program, the number two worldwide in terms of small universities. As you can see, we also have under 4,000 students, which also allows us to have a closer relationship, smaller classes, and students to be able to develop a network with the researchers and the professors that we have in class. So that's very important. A very international school as well. Right now, 40% of our students come from abroad, and 40% of our teachers as well. So it's an environment, a very multicultural environment where you will meet people from all over the world. It's very enriching as well for your experience. And of course, we are close to Paris. We used to be in Paris, not anymore. Now we're 20 kilometers to the south of Paris. Maybe by the time you will get there, there will be a metro will come to Paris to Palaiseau. But we are outside of Paris in an area called Palaiseau, which we share with other engineering schools, also very research centers and companies, which is also very beneficial in terms of the experiences that you can have. In terms of research, research is the focal point in what we do, and our priority for us always. In our 23 laboratories, you will be able to have a research experience, and during the course of your stay there. At the moment, we have two professors which are actually Nobel Prize winners. with Gerald Moreau and Allen aspects, and our laboratories are also in community. They are also part of top research centers in France, like the CNRS, in the USA. Here are some of the key challenges that we try to address with the research and, of course, with the education that you will see. Of course, uh, these are always topics that are more and more interrelated in what we do and problems that the society is facing. So we find it important to that our students have knowledge and have an education in all these fields. So these are definitely some things that you will be exposed of in terms of topics to research. And if you're interested in any of those, you will have the opportunity to conduct research and learn more about. As I mentioned, we're a very international institution. This means that have partnerships with top institutions throughout the world. And what this means for you is that you will be able also to have maybe even mobilities to these institutions, which can include research internships or even just even meet professors and researchers and students from these institutions with whom we have partnerships, such as the double degree partnerships, but also research partnerships and academic mobility partnerships. Okay. So a little bit more detail about what the engineering program is. So as I mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary program. So uh, as well as the scientific training that you will get at a very high level. You will also have human, military, and sports training uh, to be able to, as I mentioned, develop your leadership skills, relationship skills. You will be required to take language classes. By the end of the program, you will have a high level of French, but also probably English and whatever other language you'd like to learn. Humanities as well as be required. So you will see a little bit of everything during the class, not just one specific subject. Uh, Hands-on experience as well, as I mentioned, you will have the opportunity to do two internships during the time. One will be a research internship, and the other one will be more industry oriented in a company. Okay? So in terms of the structure, the double degree that we have with entails, so as you may be aware, it's for several semesters here, and it's 3 years École Polytechnique, and then one last semester here at USP, so you can get the two degrees. And in terms of the application process, so it begins here. Uh, at, your professors here will have to be the first filter. They're the ones that know you. They're the ones that will have the idea who will be able to succeed in this program. So they will nominate a list of students to us on our online portal, and selected students will then go on to do an oral examination. So it's three parts. So one will be your knowledge of math, then your knowledge of physics, and also general scientific knowledge. Uh, it's also important to note here that a cover letter we needed, and this is very important for us to kind of see what your motivation is. As this is such a high demand, very intensive program, we also want to make sure that the motivation is in the right place, that you have the capacity to adapt to a new country and be in a new place. That's gonna really challenge you. So it's gonna be a challenge, but if we see that you're really into what we can offer, this is the profile that we will select. In terms of year by year, what you will be expected to see. So the first year, it's what we call the common core. This is where you'll see a little bit of everything in terms of scientific classes, and this is also where you will have, you know, so it's around 5, 6 months of intensive French training to get up to a level so you can be in par with the rest of the French students that are in the course. The second year, you'll still be looking at everything and taking scientific classes in all subjects. You will also start a group science project and start with lab work and getting introduction to the research. In the third year is where you select a scientific specialization. So you choose among 16 different specializations we'll show later. And at the end of this year, you will also be able to do research internships that can be in France or abroad in a laboratory of your choice. I forgot to mention in the second year is where you will do the last 3 months of the year an internship in a company, which will be in France or abroad, and have our a service that's focalized on helping you find post in the area that you're interested in. And of course, the last year will be back here in Brazil. So in terms of the third year specialization, here are the themes that you will be able to choose to specialize on. As you can see, there's a little bit of everything for everyone, from public affairs to uh, more more specialized subjects like pure mathematics or space engineering, environmental challenges, physics, innovation. So a little bit of everything for everyone. Of course, always with the DNA of the school, which is a very high level of maths and physics that can be applied to in any of these areas. Huh? Okay. Some statistics about where our students go after graduation, uh, what the engineering degree can basically lead to. So as you can see at the moment, we have under 50% go into the corporate sector, or one third go on to do research and PhD, 13 to the public sector, and about 3% to the startup. And more specifically, IT right now it's one of the biggest the areas where students go on to. Consulting, energy, which is going up to. Okay. Now, in terms of what we're looking for, in terms of profile, so as you mentioned before, maths and physics are two main things. So make sure that the courses that you're taking here, that you're getting really high notes in those courses, because that's the two essential areas that we look at first, to make sure that you're in the right profile. Then, of course, motivation, as I mentioned, is also very important, and a clear vision why you want to integrate this program, what this program will actually benefit you, because at the end of the day, it's how you will use this knowledge that you have, and of course, is very important. So you have a long-term vision of what you want to do with education. And in terms of dates, well, this is actually for last year, but every year it's around the same. So in September, we get the list of candidates. October, we select the candidates. October to November, it's the oral examinations. And at the end of November, we have the final results of who will be selected. And then you will have until next September to prepare for your arrival in. In terms of scholarships, there are a number of different funding opportunities and scholarships that we provide to the students that are admitted. It's important to note that the scholarships will be announced only after the students are admitted. So we have excellent scholarships to the students that are admitted with honors, which is the highest scores and the best the best notes. We have a Women in Science scholarship also, uh, uh, to promote female students in program, and of course we have the Eiffel Excellence Scholarship. So this is actually by the French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs that provides uh, funding for top students that are admitted into the program. So this is not a scholarship that you will be able to apply for. Rather, when we get the list of the admitted students, we choose which ones we think have deserve to apply for the scholarship based on mostly their records before integrating. So It's all Olympic medals in math competitions, extracurricular activities that you may have done here. Of course, your notes, class rank, we put that all in to choose the best profiles. And last year, we actually had three of the students from École Polytechnique that received the École scholarship. So very happy with that because it's with students from all over the world that are applying. Okay. Now, just a little bit about Institut Polytechnique de Paris. So you might have heard of this institution. This is kind of the umbrella institution where I call Polytechnic now it is housed with other top engineering schools such as Einstein and Telecom. And basically, what this entails is mostly on graduate programs and PhD programs. Now they fall under this institution. So which is basically uh, more focused on the research part. Our labs are working together, our professors and the researchers are working together, and if you decide to continue to uh, your graduate studies there, you will receive now the diploma will be from Institut Polytechnique de Paris and not École Polytechnique, but it's still the same professors. And also important to know that each school still has their own engineering program. So École Polytechnique program that we present is only École Polytechnique and not. You can see some of the PhD programs are offered. Something that you're thinking about already for in the long term. Okay. And here is a photo of the campus. So École Polytechnique is right here. This is our lake. It's in form of the unicorn that our students wear. And this is where our campus. Student housing is there. As you can see, there's a lot of green fields to do sports with a lot of research facilities and the other engineering schools from IP Paris. So hopefully you'll get to come here in person, and we look forward to welcome you here. And now we're here to answer your questions, myself and Laura, who is the Vice Provost for Education at École Polytechnique. Thank you. Yes.
I would like to ask you, who is the ideal student for X? What are grades, extracurricular activities, things like that?
Yeah. So we don't have one specific profile. We'd like to have a different, diverse type of students in the school. But if there's one thing that they all have to have basically is high level math and physics, basically a lot for the two subjects because any class, any course that you will see, those two subjects will be involved there. Of course, research is important. Be able to adapt, leadership qualities, and then I guess more important is maybe a global vision and you'll be able to see how things connect and how different fields connect right now in the science is very important.
Thank you.
Yes.
I saw on your website that you have an opportunity for a fourth year. Is that opportunity available for international students?
Yeah. So the fourth year, under the agreement that we have with USP, is to come back here and fourth year here. So that's what the double degree entails. In spirit.
Yes. So I never thought about what's the difference between grade school, regular college, and the university. How
Laura, do you think you want to answer that one?
So it's a very special French concept, the Grande École. So we have university, and in university you study more um, one field. So it's physics, mathematics, and economics, biology, and so on. Grande École, and to the university after your high school, you apply and you don't have exam to get in. Everybody can get in the university. With the Grande École, after your high school, you have what we call École Prépa. So there are 2 years where you get prepared to pass an exam. And if you pass the exam, you can get into a Grande École. So Grande École, you have a Grande École in engineering and Grande École in business school. Okay, so you don't have Grande École in physics or mathematics. So the engineering school or business school. And the engineering school, there are different engineering schools. For instance, the Polytechnique is a generalist engineering school because you can make physics, mechanical engineering, economics, biology, chemistry, and we have engineering school. We are more specialized. For instance, telecom, they are more focused on telecommunication and digital technology. Okay.
Yes. You said that we started learning French. So I would like to ask how much French we need to start.
Right now, you can the entrance exam you can take in English or French. So if you don't have any French right now, it's okay. You can take it in English and you pass. You will arrive and you will have from December to September to start preparing. But then our objective is that when you are in France, we will get you. We have 6 months to have the level. So it depends on you to see how much how hard you want to work. Because if you arrive with nothing, it will be harder for you. So, but yeah, for in terms of what you need right now, requirement specifically.
Or like those scholarship.
Yeah, Eiffel scholarship, since it's a scholarship given by the French government, they do value that you have an interest in French culture, and so in the French language, and so you do get some points for that. Yeah. Cool. Yes.
We're talking about the tutorships that we're not having during the year and a half that we're gonna be there in France. So
Yep.
we 3 semesters we're also able to do these two internships with the group. Sure.
Yeah. 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 And so when you were doing the internship, you don't have class. You have only the internship.
About the internship. So does it have the semester, all the classes, and that break you have internship?
Yes, basically at the end of the year, the last 3 months of the year, that year, and the last 5 months of that year, you have the internship.
Okay. And the final internship will be at here. The final one.
The fourth year, after the 3 years at École Polytechnique, yeah, come back to.
Two internships, and the rest internship will be here.
Mhm.
Then it's not really the internship. You need to make the 3 years there to come back for the last semester.
Yes.
My turn.
I was in French.
Yeah, because this one is a broad internship with another college, I think. That is important.
I have another question, but I think that this is more for you.
Yes.
It's about my course in Polytechnique is computation, and we have the 4 months after the second year. How is the how will be if we will arrive back to just one tutorship?
So what they are asking is that the computer engineering course, the can, if they do have another model, the first 2 years is semester based. The last 3 years are 3 quadrimesters. The way they organize, right? Well, but do not worry because you go there. And we so the times that you are there, you are following the register. And when you come back, you'll be adapted to finish the course at the quadrimester. Okay, so, and then depending on the case, perhaps here there are some particularities, may take some disciplines or internship, just one or another, but you need to be to finish it. From our perspective, you need to be here for last semester. In our case, it's not a semester, it's just 1 year. Right? With pleasure.
Yes.
Question similar to that. Just read like how much grades because even when I'm not in music, there is a big rumor that the École de Polytechnique is the most difficult institute to make the double degree or internship. And you said that it's more important. I don't know if it's more important, but I want to know if you have the large knowledge and you have different types of you speak different types of language and you want to know more and you don't have like high grades.
Yeah. Well, listen, we want you to succeed when you come here to École Polytechnique, and our classes they demand very high level of maths and physics. So one way for us to see who will be able to succeed there is to see what grade you have gotten in those two areas, right? Then we have a lot of great students here. We always have a lot of competition among uh, who wants to come. So after that, we also look at your motivation, your languages to make sure that this is the profile that will fit in well. So it's a lot of things. Also, I know that USP they are the ones that nominate the students that they think succeed to us. And they do the first selection as well. I don't know, Maria, you have something to add from your side.
Actually, we see all these and the grades in maths and physics are very important. I think it's something that level the students, and after this, that we look for the other things because Daniel said you have to succeed there, so they don't want you to struggle. So that's the point. But also, I want you to add something because we have a presentation with Daniel and another students that are studying X right now, and they send us a website that help students to prepare themselves to apply very good. So maybe I think you are insecure about it, so you can look at the website and see that there is a way to do it, and you can focus on that. I don't know which year of the have you in the third year, so it's time to see which are the requirements. So it's time for you to see what you have to do to be able to be to this field. Okay? So we are going to share the information with the website and the presentation with Danielle. So it's time for you to prepare for this. So it's important to get good grades. I'm not going to let you.
Yes.
What's the size of the class? I know it's small classes, like ratio of professor and students.
Laura, I think you have more knowledge on this.
It depends. On the first year, you have common core, and you are all together in the course. So we have 530 students in the auditorium, and there we are split in what we call petit class. And when you are 30, to make exercises on the courses you had in the morning. So that's the first year. And second year, because on the first year, everybody make the same courses. You have 5 courses, no choice. Everybody has to do it. So you have mathematics, applied mathematics, economy, computer science, physics, quantum physics. Then on second year, we ask you to take 5 different fields. So you can choose between the 5 you have on the first year, plus mechanical engineering, biology, and chemistry. So on the second year in the auditorium, you are less, you can have between 70 and 250 students. And again, afterwards you are split. in a class of 30. In the third year, you choose a specialization. So the group are much smaller. So it's like that. Yes.
About the housing, is it available for everybody? And do you have to pay how much is it? And are there options to eat instead?
Yes, yes. So all admitted students have a dorm reserved on campus. It's around 500 to 600 euros. But then there's you can receive help from the government, which gives you like 150 less. So you can end up paying around 400 per month. And then we do have a cafeteria. We also have kitchen in the building to cook, or there's a cafeteria which costs around 6 euros per meal.
What about military permission? We as foreigners can participate. Or no?
Yeah, so in the parade you can participate. You will get a uniform, and you will be able to do the activities for the marching and that kind of thing. But besides that, you will be taking the French classes while the French students are doing the military service at the hotel.
You said that we need to send our records when we are applying. And we need to send all the way from high school or only our grade from university?
Not only university. Got some booklets with detailed information about the program. Yes, sir.
But with the green, and I want to come and picture back. Yes. Not about what's happening, but about this problem that we say happened. Like,
Yeah. During your time there, you will develop strong relationships with the professors, with the researchers. You will have lab experiences, so you will have those connections. We have a large alumni network as well. That is very close. That opens a lot of doors here in Brazil and in Europe and all over the world, really. So yeah, it should be easy.
and France, is which I know in the United States you need to pay to the PhD. I don't know how is it.
In France, you cannot make a PhD if you are not funded.
Okay.
The best way, I mean, if you want to make a PhD, the best way to make contact is during your third year internship, which is in a lab, and you can make contact with the researcher in the lab. Then you come back here and you keep the contact. Even while you're here, there are collaborations, and you can make a PhD in France or in a court hotel. I mean, there are many ways to continue in research.
Is there an appliance fee or is it free to apply for the road trip?
It's free for the double degree. You don't have to pay.
I know that there is a lot of people that's from the first year only. So I advise you to access our website and look for the double degree call that we have in the website. So you can see all the steps that we do to select you in order to link to them. So I advise you to look at that. And if you have any doubt, you can use your question.
Just try to idea how many when you are in the first year.
Everybody saw it.
Second, third year, not anymore because
Yeah, too late. It's too late.
no, that's fine. So it's important for you. So that is, it's not just for you, but it's more for you. But what Mariana mentioned. So there are few things. So probably you went through this first class, the first day in the school, right? Where we presented you something about the internationalization. Then you have every year organized by the group of students in École a week about different kind of opportunities, including the French Day when we taught house for sure about Polytechnique. Then we have at least other 2 moments before each of the programs. So we have a selection process for normal mobility, normally 1 year, but not yet, which is normally around March. As in the beginning of the semester, they inform that there are also talk about possibilities in this case, and technical question in general for all schools part of it. And in the second semester, August, there is the program for double degrees, where once again we are informing you about that particular one, or which are the schools that are taking part, or which are the members. Well, in some cases, there are a number of places, in other cases, not English. So general information about the different possibilities. Okay? Then if you follow all these, you will be probably well informed about the possibilities, and we also talk to each other, talk to other colleagues that already came back. So even though they are normally here just for 1 semester, but many times at least 1 year, and we have the opportunities also to talk to colleagues that went, they tell you about their experiences when to your professors, including myself, and just way to add for the group here, me, Tatiana, and the radio, those that are supporting us in all this. So, thank you very much, Laura. Maria,
Thank you.
really great.
Thank you guys for coming.
So we will see you in 3 years. It's like,
Yeah, we have the booklets of the program here. For those interested. Thanks.